Log in as a student. The assessment process used by Learning Assistant is similar to ones used by paper portfolios. Select Course folder. As candidates work through each element of the course, they will review its associated documentation and collecting evidence which best supports their claim to meet the requirements for the element. For this particular course, I am going to use one of the evidence I've stored in my evidence folder to complete all the requirements for this course. Select Choose Evidence. I will be including the Positive Relationship with Children document. You can select which evidence documents you would like to include for this outcome here. As evidence is used as support for the evidence claim, Learning Assistant automatically builds a matrix that allows you to cross-reference your evidence against the criteria set out in the standards. You can mouse over the assessment criteria to get a description of what the particular criteria is looking for. Simply place a tick against what evidence you think it achieves. You can continue to build a claim in this fashion until you have felt you have met all the required standards. Make sure you select the Save Changes button after you want your work to be reviewed. Click on Submit Competence Claim to submit the element to your assessor for review. Log in as an assessor. When logged in as an assessor, you will see the candidate's coursework that is awaiting review. Also shown is candidates who have missed deadlines. You can view these deadlines by selecting the element which needs a submission. You can also go to your course folder and select a new deadline. Clicking on a piece of coursework which is awaiting review takes the assessor to the appropriate element in the candidate's course folder. Once in the candidate's course folder, you're able to view the candidate's claim, which is where the candidate has presented evidence which they believe meets the required standard. From here, you can view any evidence which has been used in support to the claim by simply clicking on the piece of element you wish to review, at which point it will automatically open on your computer. When you're confident that the evidence meets the required standards, you can accept the claim. By accepting or returning the element, a diary entry will open so you can enter feedback for the candidate. There are also a number of useful features which can be used, such as setting a meeting or appointment date, and you can check any other useful details about the feedback submissions here. Select Save to send the feedback file and also change the status of the candidate's work to Reviewed and Accepted. Once a claim is accepted, the candidate's course folder is automatically updated. Log in as a student. Next time the candidate logs into the Learning Assistant to view their course folder, they will see that it has been marked as accepted. On further inspection of the element, that no further changes to either evidence or the claim itself are allowed. As you can see, the online assessment matrix makes it easy for the candidate to complete the claim and even easier for the assessor to review it. As an assessor, it is vital to ensure that candidates are submitting satisfactory work that meets its required standards. If a piece of coursework is submitted and does not meet these standards, you can select the Return button. This will open the contact diary in which you will send a message to the candidate on why the work does not meet the standards. In this example, I will say that Assessment Criteria 4.2 does not have enough details and does not meet the required content. When finished with editing the diary entry, click Save and the message will be sent back to the candidate. The outcomes will now be changed to Element Reviewed and Returned. When logged in as the student, you will see that the element has been returned. To open it, click on the element. You can check why the assessor returned the outcome by checking the contact diary. After making the necessary changes, click Save and then submit your competence claim. This process can be repeated until the candidate finally meets the required standards and the assessor can accept the claim.